It was, yeah.
Yeah.
So from then on, I said to Gavin, do you know what? We need 2 bank accounts just in case.
And not just that, Lorraine, but you know, you've got Osmium, haven't you, that you invested
And
in the mastermind that I'm in. They're always talking about investing your money into assets and into liquid assets like gold and silver. But I mean, these people are kind of like super entrepreneurs, and they've got like thousands and thousands.
We do have a different account for Osmium. Any Osmium sales go to a separate account completely. So that is held by something else, just because of purely that, Jess. Exactly.
Yeah. But if you guys get to a point where you've got money that you can invest, it is, you know, that's the dream, isn't it? To be earning enough money so you can start putting some away, but you can start investing in gold, crypto, platinum, well, Bitcoin rather than crypto, property, and you know, and to have lots of different sources where you can hold that money, because we don't know what's good. Like the future is crazy at the moment. Things are changing so fast. With AI and all of this stuff, you know, with the banks kind of freezing accounts and sorts going on, it's worth putting your
gold in particular. It is in its highest at the moment. So if one has bought gold, when was it, Gavin, when we talked about it last time? If we had invested,
5 years ago.
5 years ago, if we had paid £30,000 towards 1 kilo of gold, we would have
72 grand today. 72 grand.
We would have nearly tripled it.
Silver is better at the moment. Anyway, guys, let's move on from the dramas of the day of banks freezing accounts and things like that. It's just something to think about, and it would be a good place to get to begin to be able to invest. And that's the idea of you being a part of Spark to really grow your business, to get to a point where you are able to then start investing and growing and investing. Today we're going to be focusing on lead generation, because that's at the forefront of any business, is marketing and lead generation, to be able to bring those clients in and grow your business. We've got a lot going on this month, and one of the things going on is speed networking. And that is a fantastic way to make sure you speak to everybody in the room. So I've got a few exercises planned for us to be doing. So we're actually getting some work done during this meeting. But the first exercise I'm going to be doing is asking you to practice your Spark snapshot. And that's going to be practicing here live on Zoom. So it's a chance for you to actually promote what you do, for us to have a think about what kind of leads we can pass your way, and also for us to give you some feedback on your Spark snapshot. I'm going to give you a moment in a second to kind of write some notes down. But before I go there, Spark News, just some notes for your diary. We will be sending all of this out in an email as well, but if you've got your diary out, you might just want to note a few key dates. So we've got co-working coming up this Thursday at Club Quantum. It's a good chance to sit and work, but also you know, chat if you want to other members, or just huddle away in a corner and get going. But there's free, you know, coffee with free washing up done, and no kind of house tasks or things to kind of distract you in that sense. So it's often a good thing to do is co-working. You can get a lot done in a short amount of time if you put your mind to it. So that's this Thursday from 10 till 3 at Club Quantum. And it's next week, actually, that's the really busy week. So on Tuesday, the 11th, if I can say it properly, we've got Facebook ads workshop, a Facebook ads workshop. So this is, you know, Facebook ads are a great way for you to generate new customers, new leads, and having somebody that does this all day, every day for other people. Chris London is coming in to guide you through making the perfect Facebook ad. and he'll be speaking for 45 minutes on the topic, and then he's going to open up for questions, so you can ask questions relevant to your business or any questions that you've got on Facebook ads. That will be recorded, but it's great to be there live so that you can ask those important questions. On the 12th, the day after, sorry, we're cramming all of this into 1 week. It's just how it's kind of happened. But on the 12th, we've got Elliot Kay, Speaking with Confidence. Now, you might want to stand up and speak at an event, or go and even get some paid speaking roles, but maybe you just want to fine-tune your skills on putting yourself across clearly and properly to actually generate results. So whatever it is you're looking for in that regard, it's always worth doing some public speaking training, even if it's just for the fact of you putting yourself in front of your customers and bringing the right message. So the webinar is going to teach you lots and lots of skills to be able to do that. And that one is on Wednesday the 12th at 12 o'clock. Again, that's going to be recorded. And then we do have an evening Spark Learning Lab as well on the 23rd. That's the Sunday the 23rd at 6 p.m. And that one is a really great one on leadership by a great guy who's written a book and has got years and years of experience in working in blue chip companies and leading teams. You don't have to have a team or anyone working for you to come. Of course, it would be helpful for you if you did, but he'll also be focused. I have said to him, look, we've got solopreneurs as well as small businesses here. So he's going to be incorporating skills for solopreneurs as well as people leading teams. So that one's Sunday 23rd at 6 p.m. And then, of course, we've got our speed networking event on Thursday the 13th at 7 p.m. at Club Quantum. Star Platinum members, you don't have to book a ticket, pay for a ticket, just let us know that you're coming. That's fine. You'll have a welcome drink on reception. We're going to have the members on the inner circle sitting down, so you guys don't have to move at all, and then the guests will have to do the moving. They'll go around the outer edge of the circle, and I'll have my trusted cowbell with me to shuffle everybody on after 5 minutes or so. So let's really kind of fine-tune our Spark snapshot, how you put yourself across. So take a moment to make some notes. Think about who you help, how you help them. So who is your ideal customer, first of all, which is always, a basic sort of skill taught in marketing. Who is your ideal customer? Who do you serve? How old are they? What kind of job do they do? Maybe they're a parent, a full-time parent. Maybe they're full-time at work. Maybe they're a small business owner. What does that person look like? Maybe they're in a specific area. Perhaps you target sort of people in a specific area. Maybe it can be sort of anybody worldwide, because you can do everything online. So have a really good think about who that person is, how you can help them, and what the results are is the big one. So when you're talking about your Spark snapshot, or your snapshot of who you are, putting across how you help others with the results that you get them, how you make them feel, is key. Because when you tap into how you make somebody feel, that builds connection with the person that you're speaking to, and that may well then prompt them to say, oh, I know somebody that needs this, or I would like to feel like that. I need you. So just take a couple more moments to write down your key points of what you want to put across. And we're going to time it so that we speak for no longer 3 minutes per person. Maybe even shorter if you can, just to make it succinct. and then everyone's going to give a little bit of honest feedback. Now, don't see this as, Grania, your camera's making me go a bit dizzy. Okay. Yeah, honest feedback. So feedback is the breakfast of champions. You have to remember that. So it's not criticism, it's feedback, and it's constructive feedback that's going to help the person that you're giving it to be able to fine tune what they're saying and doing. So this is a great chance to do that. So thank you so much for showing up on this meeting. I do realise that 7 p.m. doesn't suit everybody, but you can't please everybody with every time, unfortunately. So I wanted to stick to 7 p.m. really because this is the date that we had advertised at. So another sort of 20 seconds. And then I'm going to pick the person that looks the most ready.
Mm-hmm.
And that person is Nick.
Hello. Well, I didn't write down much anyway, really. I know what to write.
Okay.
Well, about me, about Rank Fresh. Well, we help small to medium-sized businesses. They can be anywhere and they can do anything, really. But me, myself, I come from a travel background. So I've always been keen on travel kind of campaigns and things like that. But I also really enjoy helping small businesses. Like, I'll give you an example. I had a lovely lady who contacted me back in October. She's a marriage counsellor, and she had her website redesigned, and her leads just fell off a cliff, basically. And she was in a bit of a panic. You know, it's her livelihood, and she, you know, had to, the leads just dried up. And I established that the website had loads of issues with crawling and things like that. So I did SEO for her for 3 months up until last month. And she called me up yesterday and said she's never been so busy with leads, and thanked me. And yeah, so they're the sort of, you know, I love helping, you know, small businesses, even if it's, sometimes I don't even get paid. They just call me up and they say, look, I've got this issue. And I'll just say, look, you know what, you just need to do that. And they do it and it's fine. So, you know, I love the vibe. I love the vibe. And obviously I like the money as well. But, you know, sometimes just giving people advice it makes you feel good for the day, you know, getting some vibe back.
Brilliant, Nick. That's about 2 minutes.
Yeah,
that's cool. All right, I'll go first, and then anyone else can as well if you've got any feedback for Nick. So awesome. What I love about you, Nick, is you're very vibrant and your eyes light up. And I noticed this when I first met you. You're very personable, and I think people instantly connect with you, which is really great. You kind of come alive and you're cheeky and fun, and it's like, oh cool, he's interesting to talk to. I love that. So always keep being yourself, because you're fab. And I always say to people, always be yourself anyway at networking events, which is lovely. The way you could improve, I love, like, it came across really well that you love what you do, but you did say, I love. You repeated that quite a few times. So I think when you're making it succinct, do say you love it, but say it once, maybe just because it was repeating. And the best thing about what you did was giving the example, because that's like, oh wow, okay, I need that, I could do with that. Okay, we're here for lead generation. Yeah, I need leads. And you've given an example of how somebody's come to you with no leads at all, and then suddenly been absolutely full. Everyone wants that result, so that is a brilliant thing to say. Two things: you didn't say your name, like I know it's because I've just put you on the spot, but we're just imagining we're just meeting someone at an event. So my name's.
I should pay attention a little bit more, shouldn't I?
Don't worry. And the business is Rank Fresh, and it's called that because might be a good idea. Because I remember when I first came across you, and I was like, Rank Fresh, what does that mean? And I think because I wasn't sure if, like, I had no idea what the business was. I didn't know it was SEO when I first looked at your business cards and saw you, and I'd got no idea what Rank Fresh was referring to. I understand it as soon as you tell me what your business is, but it might be a good idea to say it's called that because. And then crawling, like, no, yeah, we have to remember when we're in an industry and we use kind of techie words that we understand, not everyone's going to understand them. So what does her website was crawling mean? Because
what does it mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to know? It means that so Google sends these robots to go and analyze what your site's about.
Yeah.
And if your site's a mess, the robots get confused about what it's about, and it stops you ranking, basically.
Yeah.
It will, so Google won't understand. It crawls your site to understand what it's about and to understand what each page is about. And if it's got issues, then it gets confused and it can't sort of get to the sort of the focus of that particular page.
Cool. Yeah, so it's just a point to let you know that not everyone is going to know what crawling means. So it might be worth just to check it, you know what that means, or just to explain what it is. But yeah, otherwise brilliant, because
thank you.
You know, you've got a business that kind of serves pretty much every business owner. So yeah, they should be flowing in. I love it. I love that we're doing a lead gen and you've started off going, that's what I do. And then, you know, and then you would maybe at the end say, have you got any questions? Because that would then, and then pause. So rather than keep saying, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, to fill the silence, just say, have you got any questions? Because then that can lead to the person saying, oh, how much does it cost? Or when can I see you? Or something along those lines.
Okay.
Cool. So I hope that's helpful. Has anyone else got any feedback? Gráinne has, and Karen has.
Because I know, because I do work for Nick, that he does this 30-minute, you know, like he'll do like a consultation and have a look at what's going on for them and then report back for free initially. And I think if you're in a room where you're doing the speed networking, just letting people know that you offer sort of some kind of service where you do that as a real sort of final point is going to really attract people, because once they know the problems, like Jess just said, if you said to me, oh, you've got crawlers all over your website, I'd be like, okay, thank you. Could you just fix that, please? I wouldn't be like, oh, brilliant. Now I've got all the pointers. I'm gonna go and figure it out myself. Most people
crawlers are good things. They're good things.
Yeah. Most people will get the information.
You don't want to crawl them
up
your leg though.
Fix it. Yeah, they'll be like, fix it for me. So I think you need to just make sure people know that you know what it is that you offer them as a sort of free audit, because that's really enticing.
Okay. Cool. Okay, Karen, did you have some feedback?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you didn't actually, I don't think, or maybe I missed it, but I think you actually said what you do, what your company is. So you said the name, and I think you used the term SEO, but if it was me meeting you, I wouldn't know what that is. And so you didn't, and I don't think you actually said what your company does. I thought it was great you went on to talk about clients. I thought you were a web designer until Jess I mean, obviously
I am as well.
Well, but
things.
But then you've talked, but I think my feedback to, like, if you and I just met in a networking event and you said that, I would just be like, so what do you do? You know, like I would, because I don't think you actually said what you do. And I think Jess's point on being careful of keywords and things like SEO, like not everybody knows what that is. Like seriously, I wouldn't. And I mean, I know that Jess will and Gráinne will, and a lot of people in Spark will, because they're, everyone's all about getting their websites going, but not everybody would know those things. Maybe I'm the only dinosaur in the room, but I don't think so.
No, I mean the last event we had the cake maker lady. I would imagine that she wouldn't know. I'm not there's not everybody knows everything. So it's search optimization, but even some people would go, what's that? I think
you need a plain English.
Yeah, I think when we do what we do every single day, we just kind of get into the habit of kind of speaking that way. And we I do it as well. And just like I say mastermind all the time. I've just been to a mastermind, and quite a few people have said to me, what's a mastermind? And I just assume that everyone knows what a mastermind is because I'm around in those circles, but it's true. So I think then, Nick, using the example of the customer was brilliant, but maybe just before that, a clear, you know, just maybe taking a moment after this meeting to write down in 3 sentences what your company does, and kind of practicing that so you're able to, you know, say it initially, because when we're doing Spark Speed Networking, you're going to have to say it over and over and over again. So if you can get your first 3 sentences kind of clear in your mind, and then you can repeat yourself, go into what you want to say, and then open up for questions, and then it goes into kind of a flow then after that, and then it's the other person's chance. Have you done speed networking before?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Probably. I think so.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, I think I have. Yeah. I can't remember when, but I'm sure I have.
Yeah, it's a different experience to coming to a relaxed event like the last one, totally different. And it might, you know, some people find it quite exhausting. I don't think you will, because I think you've got bundles of energy. So I think it's just kind of bringing it down to being right, clear and precise, and know what I've got to say, but still add your personality and don't lose that.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for your feedback. I'll make a note of that for them.
It is constructive feedback. It's not criticism for that. It's
no.
Kind of try and get you those customers in. So, Karen, do you want to go next?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at toilet flushes on another page. I just wrote down a whole bunch of things from what you were questioning. So I'll say some stuff out. It's obviously not going to make a lot of sense, but
just pretend you're at the speed networking event. You met us. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. I'm Karen Chalklin. My company's Bolton Chalklin Architects. We are London and Kent-based architects. We work on large-scale, high-end private residential refurbishments, mostly for private clients. We provide a whole service. We take care of all aspects of the refurbishment project, from initial purchase through to completion and handover. We also do interiors, and that's kind of where I got to. We work on listed buildings, conservation areas, and we help essentially individuals or families who are purchasing new properties or are in their existing property and they're looking to refurbish, extend, and improve. That's it. Is that long enough?
Yeah. That was a good amount of time. That was great. Anyone got any feedback? Otherwise, I'll go first. Oh, Grania, you go first. Oh, and Sasha's listening to.
My only sort of point is, for someone like me that doesn't really understand it, that also potential, well, I understand it a bit more because I do you, but didn't prior to meeting you. I don't really understand how you would engage with an architect and at what point you'd engage with an architect. So I think it's sometimes good to explain to people exactly when they should engage with you and why they would want an architect, because, you know, sometimes people just think, well, I'm not building a house, do I need an architect? And then some builder will come along and say, well, you need an architect. And that, you know, so it might just be an idea to explain what types of projects you get involved with, and maybe do like Nick did and give some sort of example, and say, you know, sometimes we've been brought on because perhaps our property is being remodeled entirely and they don't know where to start. You know, just give some kind of flavor of that.
Yeah, it's difficult because, so what did I say? Yes, I did say, I will make a point of saying that we could get involved in the initial purchase. I think what I find it the most difficult to get through and across is, you know, I keep saying this, we're not, you know, no offense to anybody, but, you know, if you've got this little house in Sevenoaks and you're looking to do a kitchen extension, I'm not your architect. But if you've got a big pile out in, I don't know, in the, you know, Beldhurst or one of, you know, Goldhurst or somewhere, you know, and it's listed and you're looking, you know, to spend £1 million on it, then I'm your architect. So I think that's what I find quite difficult to get across, because as soon as you say you're an architect, people go, oh, great, you're an architect. Will you come look at my loft? And you just think, no, no. Well, I will. But
yeah, but do you know what, Karen? Saying no is a good problem to have, and it's fine. I think what came across to me, coming from,
I'm just coming up.
Is that you, Tracy?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise I was not.
Yeah, just maybe come across as a little bit more personable, and create connection. The feeling I got, and remember, this is honest, soft feedback, but the feeling I got when you started speaking was like, oh, that's not me, or I, just bring a bit more of your personality into it, and describe some of the clients that you serve and who you help, but maybe yeah, like Gráinne says, maybe go into a little bit more detail of when somebody looks for an architect, but just relax a bit more, smile a bit more, and just like have a bit more fun with it, maybe, as well.
I don't think people find it snooty to say, they're huge, big, grand. I would tell them about the Kensington property, and then people, if you say that, they're going to understand. She's dealing with these huge, big Kensington properties, and mention that they had all these bespoke pieces from Monaco that you've had to ship in, and you went to and helped them select. So I would talk about people like that, so that then the people wanting a kitchen extension aren't going to come to you, but they're going to think, well, that's fascinating and that's interesting. And I think, just talk about what you're passionate about, because, it is interesting. I don't think it comes across as like, I'm an architect, but not for you. I think it's, it's interesting. We want to know about it.
Yeah, Sasha.
Yeah.
You, like what to me straight away was like, if you were to say that I get super excited about those nightmare projects of listed buildings, of working with those things that people usually consider like, no way would I get into this because it's a nightmare, or like say something like, we'll hold your hand through the whole process of applying for planning, dealing with the listed situation.
Yeah.
And then people will know that that's what you are super excited about. And if that's not the project they have for you, then they'll be like, well, not my kitchen then, but next time I buy a candle, I'll come to you,
Yeah, brilliant. And one last point, call to action at the end. Like, how do people refer to you? So I've told you what, if you know anyone that fits the bill. For Nick, it's really easy. Nick offers a free discovery call, and you could even ask at the end, Nick, you could say a question like, so do you know anyone that needs more leads? Because I offer a free discovery call. And Karen, I'm not, you're a bit more kind of specific, so it might be like, you might ask an open question. Do you know anybody that fits that kind of, in
those circles?
Yeah. Great. Let's move on, because I'm conscious of time. Lorraine.
Okay, let's try this. Hello, my name is Lorraine and I own the Diamond Setter located at the historic Pantiles. I am an expert in fine jewelry, namely bespoke, redesign and remodeling, and many extensive repairs. As well as a beautiful showroom with a no obligation approach, we have a well-equipped workshop where all the work is carried out on site, which means your jewelry does not leave the premises. I am looking for wedding couples, engagement ring customers, and those looking to create jewelry that is truly personal to them. For any of your jewelry needs, feel free to come and meet with me and my team at my beautiful shop, the Diamond Setter at the Pantiles.
Absolutely perfect. Apart from that, you're reading it.
Yes, sorry, I had to write things down.
But once you've got that in your head,
I just have to rehearse it. Yeah,
just have your key points. But I think you're just like an excellent speaker, Lorraine. I said this when you spoke at your event. You're just a natural speaker. You're really, really good. And the fact that you've got a shop and you can say, just come on, pop in and see us. Come and come to you didn't mention workshops, I suppose, is the only thing, but I'm just picking now because that's that's our job. kind of pick, but really good. Anyone else got any feedback?
All I would whoops. Well, I didn't get to come to the event at your shop, unfortunately, so I don't know quite so much about what you do that others do. But the only thing I would say is, I don't know if you obviously deal with jewelry that's not diamonds, or would you do? Yeah, and because not every, because sort of buying your diamond wedding ring, I guess, is a once in a lifetime thing, but buying other jewelry, you do it all the time. So maybe, sort of, if you notice I've already got a diamond ring, maybe you need to just pick up that you actually do other jewelry as well, or that you do, the valuations and those other things. But otherwise, yeah, perfect. But that would be only a little bit of feedback to improve.
Awesome. Lovely. Well done, Lorraine. That was great. Sasha?
Yeah. Hello, I'm Sasha. I'm a mind-body therapist, helping people resolve chronic and acute health problems that doctors gave up on, or helping to get rid of bad habits and repeated behavior patterns that are getting in the way of full life. So I work in one-to-one sessions or themed group sessions in both English and Russian, or can be a mix of both, if that works best. I help find the psychological root cause of these problems. I help people decipher the messages that their body is sending them, that their behavior patterns are helping them with. And by resolving, processing, and releasing those root causes, we create true change in their life, health, and well-being. And I work with a wide variety of needs and problems, but my most favorite subject and I'm most passionate about helping women who experience pregnancy and birth trauma, because I truly believe that health of society depends on that first initial stages and how, sorry, I didn't think of that phrase. So yeah, basically how that initial bond is lived through and created, and that can affect life of families and society.
All right, well done, Sasha. So I'm going to pick now. You okay? You ready? Remember, it's Breakfast of Champions. It's not criticism. End with a question. And how do people have their first session with you? Do you offer a discovery call? Yeah. End with the question, do you know anybody? Maybe you know somebody like that. I'm very friendly. I'm open for a discovery call. Happy just to do a quick call. If you know someone you think I could help, I'd love to get in touch. Bring a bit more love into what you're saying, a bit kind of more relaxed, and maybe a bit of more smiling sort of thing. Just advice, you can take it or leave it. And I would, with you, go through all the different types of people that you've helped and the different problems, because when I listen, I'm like, well, I'm not sure I know any women that are going through birth trauma. But if you go through every single person that you've helped, and the results that just make it short and succinct. I can help people give up smoking. I can help women that have had a traumatic birth. I can help children that have got eczema get over eczema. Isn't that amazing? And just in a couple of sessions, I can do this, I can do that, and I've had great results. Rather than going into too much detail, like short sentences on who you help, because that's going to ping I think that this can be worked on quite a lot more within the group as well, Sash, just so people know, because I think you do a lot and you help a lot of people, but just to get across so that then we're also as a group able to refer people to you more, so just to get a clearer picture of who you help and all of the issues you can solve.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I never know the balance, you know, whether to go into like each individual case and the problems, or whether to tell how if you don't deal with the stuff and stuff it in, that it will come out eventually for one way or the other.
I think don't go into detail, because you go into detail in your therapy sessions. That's what when somebody is becoming your customer, that's when you go into detail. When you're networking, you're just telling people who you help, what you do, and that's it. Don't go into the how unless somebody comes through, you know, unless that person wants to talk to you afterwards and go, oh, well, actually, I'm suffering from this. Like, how do you do it? And you know, so don't go into the how, because people just want to know, you know, what you do and who you are at that point. Wait until somebody's becoming your customer or is showing interest in becoming your customer before you go into the fine detail. It's just like
definitely. I would say, Sasha, because I'm always interested with hypnotherapy, but I'm intimidated by it because I don't understand it very well. I just do not. I know that it can be applied to my, you know, personal issues in life, whether it is, you know, Jess said about eczema, or maybe my sleeping problems, or maybe my eating habits, or maybe my husband snoring. You know, how do I become your client is my question, and how will it work for me is probably the answer I would be looking for. So like I would second what Jess said. It's probably a very short snippet of, I am for you, you are my client because of these things. If you are experiencing this, then I could help you. And then the solutions then comes after your first your first consultation or meeting.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And you know what? This is for everybody. As business owners, we've got to wear so many hats, and we've got to try and like learn and perfect so many skills. It's not easy, because not all of us are natural salespeople, but as a business owner, it's like something you've got to be able to do, to learn how to sell to people, to learn how to market, to bring those people in, which isn't easy. If you're a big company, then you hire salespeople, you hire marketing people, you hire Nick to get your leads in, you hire Gronya to do your admin. But when we're just you know, one business owner and we're just building, we've got, you know, we've got to try and get our sales head on. It does help though, you know, it gets those customers in if you take that time to plan and prepare and get yourself in the mindset that you need to be in to be able to put yourself across and perfect your networking skills. So I hope that's helpful. And then Gronya, I think you just got the easiest one. It's like, go on then, Gronya. Hello.
Hi, I'm Gronya Dunn. I'm a social media expert / virtual assistant. And my aim is to help business owners wherever they're at in their social media journey. So I have 3 main ways that I work with clients. At the baseline level, I've got a subscription service that includes a monthly workshop, a private Facebook group, and you've got access to that sort of support all the time when you need it. And that starts from just £10 a month. And then at the next level up, I do training sessions. So I've got an in-person training session coming up here actually at the end of February, and that's a 3-month in-person course and that's for people who really do want to manage their own social media accounts themselves and who have the sort of capacity to take that on, and it's something that they want to do. You could send someone else on that if you had a small team, but really it's for someone who actually is going to be doing it themselves. And then at the top level, I also offer full management. So if you wanted it completely taken off of your hands, I have a small team as well that I work with, and we fully manage your social media platforms, everything from coming up with the ideas to replying to comments on your behalf or letting you know when something's in your DMs. So that's sort of the main ways that I work with people. Whereabouts are you at on your social media journey? Do you love it or do you hate it?
Brilliant. The reason why I said I think it's easy for you is because pretty much everyone that meets you, Gronya, says, I need you from experience, which is great. Any feedback, anybody? The room is quiet, which is good.
I was going to say, so I was trying to just remember, I'm trying, because I met you at the first speed networking event at Nisel's last year, and I was just trying to remember, and I will, not on this call, but I'll message you what you said to me at that one, which I just thought I need her in my business. So I was just, if I think of it, but there was something that you said, and I just remember thinking, God, that's a real block for us.
I love admin.
I think it was about writing posts, or so because our big block was always all of the time it took the directors to find the pictures, and and your whole I can just do that for you thing.
Yeah, maybe I said about I'm quite good at pretending to be different people on the internet, because I'm 1 minute I'm doing this and the next minute I'm doing that, and I've got literally clients that are sex therapists, and then I've got clients that are butchers, and everything in between. So 1 minute I really am talking about, one penis is allowed in a polyamorous relationship, and the next minute we're talking about real sausages. So I have that.
Oh my God, what a nice breakdown. That is brilliant. I was going to say that's exactly what my feedback was. It's like, are you focused on one industry, or are you just, very, very diverse that you can take any type of client,
That's I love
But you've answered that with that comment already. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Unless you're talking to someone that's really corporate and really straight, Grania,
I've got a really corporate client. I have the most corporate client. This client of mine runs leadership training for big CEOs of like Tesco, and they are so corporate, it's unbelievable. It costs 32.5 grand to go on their leadership training course, and there I am, and them on the internet, on their LinkedIn. I am all three of their directors twice a week.
Wow.
I love it.
How did you find that client?
Yeah, did they need
That was through
marketing?
Claire Syncra. So
brilliant.
That's spark in action.
Oh, we need Claire into one of these meetings, really. Like if
I think she needs later as well.
Yeah, bless her. So just take a moment, everyone, right? We to think about, do you know anyone that you can pass on to Nick, Lorraine, Karen, Sasha, or Grania? Just take a bit of headspace to focus on what everyone said tonight. And can you pass anybody over? Can you advise or refer or, friendly message to someone? Because part of being a networking team, we're not BNI, so we don't like force people to refer people, but we do get to know each other. And it is nice when you get help from other members, and it makes you remember them and perhaps think of them and make sure you refer them as well. So networking isn't always just about putting across your message. It's about getting to know the other person and thinking, well, how can I help them? And that's what we really want to be thinking about when we're meeting someone at networking. How can I help you? It's good to have your Spark snapshot in your brain so you can be succinct. But the main thing we should have in our heads is like, oh, who are you? How can I help you? What doors can I open for you? And that is proper networking. So thanks, guys. Let's move on to our little exercises. So that took a bit longer than planned, but that's okay. Let's take some time now to do an exercise. So I would like you to go through some warm leads. I'm going to give you a little bit of time. Now you can be going through emails. We often, I don't know if you're like me, but you get hundreds of emails, and it's always good to go back through them. And when you go back through your emails, you're like, oh yeah, I need to follow that one up. Oh, I should follow that one up. Or you could be going through Instagram messages, Facebook messages, LinkedIn messages. Use this time now effectively to go back through messages, emails, texts even, and just have a look to see if there's anybody that you need to follow up with. If it's too late to follow up with them now, don't worry, write them down, make a plan for tomorrow, but use this time now to go through. And it could also even be people that have commented on your posts. I plan to give you 10 minutes, but I'm giving you 4 minutes. So we went on for so long, but you can always pick this up later.
Is that music coming from you?
Yes, can you hear me as
I
well?
thought it was coming from my phone. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It's called
Alright,
deep
cool.
deep focus.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, okay. I should be quiet now. Everyone focus. Sorry.
Focus music. So keep carrying on. You've got another minute, but just to say, warm leads are always, the best place to kind of start when you're doing lead gen in a way, because it takes somebody quite a long time to come to you to ask for your services, and it's remembering that when we're doing marketing and we're doing posts, and that we have to keep doing those posts, as Grania always advises. What can you post? What content can you do? Because it usually takes quite a few hits. I mean, there are numbers out there from research, 12 to 18. I'm not sure what it is, maybe more, but people need to know you and know your profile to say yes. So the warm leads are people that know you already and might just need like a little prompt. Hey, would you like to come to my events? Would you like that discovery call? Are you ready to take a leap forward? Yeah. So we're going to wrap that one up now, and we're going to move on to planning a social media post, because that is free marketing at the end of the day. You can do this on Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn. There's zillions of channels, Snapchat, I don't know, there's a fair few, and there's more coming up. And you can reuse content as well, is a really good thing to remember. You can post an old post, because we forget that not everybody sees our posts. So if you don't have anything to post one day, you can always go back and find an old post that's done pretty well, or you think was a good post, and repost it. But today I'd like you to plan a post, and I'm going to give you some ideas. So one that I'm planning to do this week is a day in the life of, or a week in the life of, and just running through, you know, what you do from day to day. Make it interesting. So of course it's about work and who you help and what you've been up to and what you're doing, but allow people to get to know you, and to also include a little bit of your, you know, your character and your personal life. Like, what exactly do you do from day to day? People are interested, and it builds,
you know, with that, Jess, like you're saying, like what we were sort of saying before is, what do you love? Like, what is it about your job that you love? Because people love that personal fact. And when we were pulling out of everybody, we loved the stories. So I think exactly that. It's, you know, what is it you love about your job, and what are the bits that you want to do more of? Because
and are you brave? Can you step into the scary shoes and do a live or do a video, and just talk, because that is what builds connection. But I'm going to give you some other ideas as well. You could do a competition. I've advised people in the group to do that before, and they've been really, you know, had great success. If you've got something going on and you're just not getting enough leads coming in, having a competition creates loads and loads and loads of new people, you know, getting in touch, because you're asking people to tag people below. You give away something, but you ask people to tag friends below that would like to win that, and therefore you gain a load more followers and a load more customers. You could do an information post. We don't want to be promoting every single post, because people get tired of that. So we want to give some information, something that's going to help somebody. You could do that special offer post, of course. But yeah, a few ideas there, but really drawing people in to get to know you. And maybe that's one to kind of plan and do tomorrow. One thing I didn't mention with Spark News that I'm going to be doing, and Nick, I wanted to ask you, because you've just joined, and I haven't really sort of had that initial chat meeting with you. And I thought, well, why don't I ask you? I've asked a couple of other members, and I'm going to be asking other members throughout the month, to come on board and do an Instagram live with me, where I interview you, have a little chat, talk about your business, and it'd be a good promotion. So we do members posts, but those are kind of static, so it might be nice to do, you know, if anyone is up for doing a live, it kind of brings it to life a bit more. So, and I think you'll be really good on that. So I was going to reach.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah,
I need a bit of training anyway. I've done, Granny has been training me a little bit in videos. So yeah, I'll be up for that, I'm sure.
I love it. And you know what? It's a good thing to do with any of the members. It's you know, we're doing co-working, we're doing events, we're doing members meetings. But is there anyone that you might want to do a live with? You might want to have a chat, talk, you know, maybe someone that you've got something in common with. You just have a natural chat. It's you know, it's all content, as Grania says, it's all content. And it doesn't have to take hours out of your day. You know, you don't want it to go on for like ages and ages. Set yourself a limit.
You could do a little audit of someone in Spark, offer them it as a freebie, like you do it for everyone anyway. Do a little poll round Spark, who wants to be in the draw, audit it, and then you could do that live. They don't even need to be on it, but they could be on it. But you could just say, I've gone through his website. That's sort of the payment of them getting their freebie, checking it out, and you could just talk about all the problems.
Great idea. Yeah, excellent.
Love it.
Yeah, no, that sounds
brilliant.
Good.
Volunteer.
Yeah, I like the idea of a free giveaway as well. So
yeah,
I'll think about that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yes, I'm a bit late to the social media party, to be honest. I'm
never too late.
I do
You're
ads.
well in it
I
now.
do ads. So search ads, Facebook ads, and stuff like that, but never like my own socials sort of thing. I always found
little tip for you, Nick. Like in if you come into social media a few years ago, then it's like all about getting as many followers as possible, because without followers you don't get traction. However, TikTok changed all of that. You can go onto TikTok, have hardly any followers, do a post, and it can go viral. With no followers at all. So TikTok is where it's all at. So get yourself onto TikTok.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I know. I need to do it for myself. Actually, I've got a client of mine, and we've done a TikTok. Well, I didn't do it. My son, he works for me. He does the TikTok. He's more that generation. But it's amazing. Within a week, the amount of followers and likes. And there's a company from nowhere. They've done grip socks basically, and they had a few videos and stuff like that. And it's just accelerated so fast.
But the thing is, we have this mindset that it's for that generation. It isn't. It's open to everyone now. It isn't. It used to be, 14-year-old girls dancing in their bedrooms, but it's not anymore. And I think it's like a reminder for everyone. When you wake up in the morning, imagine you've got Grania sat on your chest going, how can you market your business today? Because it should be the forefront of our minds. Like what can I do to market without it becoming stressful? But how can I get creative in my marketing without it being stressful, but just to kind of put a creative brain on your head first thing, or last thing, or whenever your brain's vibrant, of how can I market my business? Because if we just do a little bit every day, it can lead to something big and beautiful. It's just like in the reversal mode. We are about to finish, Lorraine, don't worry. In the reversal mode, if you don't do your teeth every single night, your teeth will rot. But over 10 years. So it takes a little bit every day with marketing to do something that helps. So we're going to wrap it up now because it's 8 o'clock. The one thing I didn't say was cold leads. What can you do, to bring in cold leads? I mean, social media is a good one for sure, but it might just be something to think about. So we'll wrap it up there because it's 8 o'clock. Thank you everyone for joining. Brilliant to see you, and see you very soon.
Thank you.
Thanks all.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye everyone.